Um, so I guess let's just like go through probably not the Slayer game types, but like the five objective game or the three objectives we got coming up this week, and we just kind of make sure that generally we're on the same page for each of those.
Yeah. Which
So we've got Strongholds, Recharge, Neutral Braum Aquarius, and Oddball Live Fire.
um I think recharge as a whole. I'll make a custom game invite to it.
Okay.
You're not on. That's
No, I just shut down my game. I figured you'd stream it.
I could do that too. Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I got that.
Well, it's not gonna have be strongholds, but fine.
Yeah, I know where they are.
And we played this game somewhat.
Once or twice.
I think overall in recharge we're pretty okay. Like, I think we have a pretty decent game plan, and we play it better than the other stronghold maps.
What would you? How would you describe our game plan?
Slayer.
Well, if you think back to like last time we played it, right, where we just kind of didn't not necessarily held back, but didn't go crazy
Yeah.
for everything. Um,
Yeah, I think that uh, our game plan is the two hold, like
yeah,
kind of like
we made a
trips our last resorts.
we made a weird play last time where we were on C and A. Like obviously we should try doing A B C B. Because the AC is just difficult. Because like right, if you spawn over here, you got to go all the way through tower before you can look at anything. And then
Right.
on this side, it worked, but I don't think it was us playing well. I think it just worked because we were outslaying them.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree with that. And um, what's your like preferred power positions for like an AB hold?
I think in AB, you need somebody on Overlook. Okay, you need somebody on Overlook to block spawns. Like
Go get yourself
whether
the
they're
grapple.
it's not train. Oh yeah. Did I make infinite? No, I did not. Alright. So right, we need somebody over here. Like they can be out here, but they can't be in tower, and they can't be all the way like at at the like doorway right there,
Yeah.
because then you can spawn back here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need somebody in elevator. Realistically, then if you have a B, you want some like in my opinion, you want somebody glass who can rotate back, and then
Mhm.
you want either a guy tower and a guy heaven, ish, or you leave them tower, and you just focus more on the B side of the map. So
Yeah.
you hold more over like this side of long haul, and then gold, and then heaven, and then this guy's just playing like a little bit further back, watching his tower.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything you just said that sounds foreign to me.
Yeah, I think it's important that we like focus tower control, right? Because it's so impactful for B. If you just like live up here, and this is something we don't really do a lot, is we don't keep tower control, or we challenge glass too much. Um,
You'd rather have
but
tower than give up glass if we have to pick.
I would say so. Like I say, tower's more important. I just like the big philosophy in my brain is if we're spawning C, right? Unless you're gonna fly out and instantly try to fight this into A, it's going towers not great. You
Yeah.
can have like one guy in tower, but if your default is to run tower, I think inevitably when you have C, it's bad. If you have A, I don't think it's bad at all. I think
Mhm.
A going into tower is totally fine. Just because you have such a harder time challenging into A, whereas in like from A from C you can like look at it and you can chill and you can bail totally out bottom mid or something.
Yeah.
So that's something that I catch myself doing is I'll go C and then I kind of over rotate to tower and it just ends up killing me. Unless I'm gonna go hard into A, and that's just something that we have to coordinate.
Mm-hmm.
Where we talk more about the small talk.
Right, you kind of need someone pushing glass at the same time to distract that
Yeah,
guy.
or at least yeah. You need at least somebody who's just like gonna be shooting this angle really hard,
Right.
so that you don't insta die.
So you kind of need to
Or
overload tower.
yeah, or you need like just two people to push it so that you can get into A here, or you need to have whirlpool like challenging whirlpool control.
Yeah. Basically, you need a lot of bodies if you're going to go the tower side.
Yeah, and that's something that like right in my head something that we don't necessarily do, and this is relevant to strongholds, but it's also for like every game type, is that like trying to keep and I don't do it myself is the issue, is like keeping in mind which spawner you are.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Are you first up? Are you last up? Are you third up? Like, because that should change, the plan that you're making in your head of what you're doing off of spawn. Just
Right.
theoretically, right? You already know where you're gonna spawn roughly, just from where you died and where your teammates are.
Yep.
And so then you should be thinking about like which kind of plan you have, and like where do you want to control? And if it's like we have 3 up and you're just spawning and then you're gonna spawn, you're like, all right, well I'm just gonna move up on the map and run around and shoot people, or is it like I'm gonna spawn C, I'm gonna get tower control, and then I'm gonna chill here for a minute and see reassess.
Yeah. Wait for
And like
somebody else to spawn behind you.
yeah, and having that off of the rip from your spawn is useful rather than it being like, and now I'm here, and I guess I'll go A. Because like even if you make the wrong play, like doing it quickly is better than making the right play 3 seconds slow.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's like it's difficult, right? Because not only do you need to know where you're gonna spawn, not even predict, you need to know it, which is easier said than done, right?
Mm-hmm.
You also need to know like you need to decide where you're gonna go, and then hopefully that decision is based off of like death camps that you're cycling through.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Do you cycle through death cams when you're dead?
Yes, but my left bumper is non-functional in death cam mode for whatever reason, so
Yeah, that would hurt it a little bit.
I can't like bounce back, and I generally like I stop cycling death cams right before I'm about to spawn because I can only use my right bumper, which is throw grenade. I'm not trying to throw a grenade right as I spawn.
Okay, that's right. As long as you cycle, like
Yeah.
it's hard because in LAN you're not supposed to cycle. You're supposed to keep it.
Right,
Everybody
because
else
you're
gotta
you're watching
stream.
death cam. Yeah, yeah.
It's like a really bad habit to have, but I mean I don't think any of us are playing on LAN, so
Yeah.
I know I'm not.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
All right, what do you think about BC hold? I haven't really seen us do that too often.
I think BC holds a little bit harder, just because like right, you're automatically holding. You're probably holding glass. You have tower control, like for sure. You're like getting them to spawn in whirlpool or in A. Um, it's just harder. Like in my opinion, it's harder to keep just because it's harder to attack them in here, which means they can chill.
Yeah.
Right? If they're spawning C, you can shoot them off plat, and they're gonna spawn long haul. They're gonna be kind of useless. Or you can go to tower and not block the spawn. But it's like in A, you either have to commit to killing them, which is fine if you're gonna like cycle them off spawns, but then you basically have to get A then. Whereas C, you can like come in here, I can kill spawners, and then I can chill out here.
Right.
But if I'm going into A, if I'm already in whirlpool, like I might as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I've seen it have us do it that often. But it's fine. I mean, there's a nice part about this map. You can hold any of the 3. It's just like I think A B is better in general.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I generally agree with that.
Yeah, which is why I think we're all pretty aligned on the strongholds. It's just making sure that we're not like a big thing on our team that I think we're seeing is like making sure which number you're spawning, so that you're not just like if you're spawning first, you're not flying out in the middle of the map to get a one shot or something. Like you're not flying out here to get a one shot for no reason. Versus, okay, my job is I'm just gonna take tower control. Cool, I'm here now, and now by the time I've taken it, maybe I've had a fight, got my shields back, all of my buddies are back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know it's tough to just like follow who's up and who's down particularly if you're not if it's not an easy lobby.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not focusing, if you're not being able to not have your brain focus on shooting,
Right.
it makes everything infinitely harder. So,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like, you know, you talked about the small talk, and it's a really good idea. It's just like understandable why, for some people, it's gonna be harder than others.
Yeah. Yeah. If we've got like spare brain space, we should pass it along.
Yeah, and I think I've been hearing like, everybody do it a little bit more. Where they're like, "Hey, I want to push this,"
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
and like that's good because then you know, yeah, you both die, you just choked versus like you coin flipped 8 times.
Mm-hmm. All right, you want to do Aquarius bomb then?
Yeah. Is there anything? I don't think so.
Like you said, we know this one pretty well.
Yeah.
Victory.
Aquarius bomb is. Oh. I think I was gonna back it with starting strats, but I think we could talk about that in Aquarius. I think having a little bit more set, like what we're gonna do, would be a good idea.
Sure. Yeah. What is bounce?
Oh, it's what I named my jump game type. Done it since Halo 3.
Uh huh. Just trying to figure out jumps, that sort of stuff. Okay.
Yeah. It's literally just a half an hour, no spawns. I have a sniper and some kind of.
Slayer.
Well, I chose Aquarius, but the game said no.
You didn't choose Aquarius. I was thinking you were trying to get back in here for starting strats.
Victory.
But you know, that's you.
I selected Aquarius, said Frank's Aquarius,
Look,
and then Halo Infinite said,
looked like recharge to me.
map 2 for 3 Aquarius ranked.
No, look at that. Doesn't want to change. Second time's the charm.
Oh yeah.
They said they fixed a bug in the last update where like the overrides would stick even when you change game types. I wonder.
Oh, the visual ones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, the
Yeah.
ones that didn't actually happen when you started up the next game. But I wonder if they broke map selection with that.
You never know. I think we are gonna need. I think having you meet Con and one of Bro or Casual for this match would be a good idea, though. It's always hard to tell.
Become a raging tornado of violence.
I feel like this one is. What okay, bomb wise, right? Like both Slayers and in Capture the Flag, like util control, in my opinion, is kind of everything.
Mm.
Like if you have util control and car control, you can kind of let the fridge side go as long as you have maybe somebody like sitting top. The last guy's like going top mid to catch anyone that's flying P2 or anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just kind of everybody's like, yep, util controls it 100%. Because it's hard to do caps on P side, and it's slaying on P side can work, but it's usually a little bit worse.
Well, there's just so much cover on the car side of the map.
Yeah.
But like the other day, you
bomb?
were yeah. Go ahead.
Bomb, I'm not like it's hard to say because like I don't play it that often. I play Fortress way more than I play Aquarius. Bomb.
I don't know what
But
that
it
is,
feels-
but I feel like you're right.
Yeah, I don't know, but like when I've been playing it, and right, I'm still playing my Aquarius game, I'm trying to get util controls and stuff like that. It feels to me like I don't do as much. It might just be a me thing, right?
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of like the point of holding util, though. You feel like when you're in CTF, you actually do stuff there.
Yeah, things happen is the thing. But on like bomb, it feels like I don't get as many gunfights, and I can also just like do nothing. Like I can sit in their base and be like, all right, whatever. And I think, I mean, just like me spitballing, part of it is it's a neutral objective. which means like
Active camo.
you're not
Inbound.
trying to get into somebody's space like you are in Capture the Flag to get something.
Hmm.
So they can move stuff while you're over here. And the one downside of util, right, is that you have really bad angle.
Available.
Like you have their shrooms, which is amazing. Like this is a great angle. And then you have an okay angle to fridge. And then that's like you're stuck out bottom mid unless you go out this doorway. And then the connectors give you top mid, but then you have to be top mid. And top mid is great
Yeah.
for ball.
I think the only benefit I see of util is that your teammate over there planting the bomb knows exactly where the enemy's going to come from because you're standing right behind him.
I still think you need to block it for sure. Like you absolutely have to block it because if you don't, like the cap's just not gonna happen.
Is there a better place that you can stand to block it other than Shroom Bridge there?
I don't necessarily think so. I think so. From what I'm gonna try myself is like, it's less that I don't want us in util. I want us in util because it's just better than like blocking fridge and trying to make that work.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna try to do less in my Aquarius bomb games is like focusing our util control and then their util control, and then I can do anything else on the map. Right? When I'm playing Flag, when I'm playing Slayer, it's like, okay, I want my util control. Cool, I have that. All right, I'm gonna push out and just try to like my objective right now is to get their util control. And I think it's an okay way to play, but I think trying to look at more top mid control and even, you know, P2 control over here, as long as you're not like in their fridge, I'm just gonna try it out to see if it works better for me or not.
Right.
Because it might not, and then if it's not, then I just go back to what I know.
Yeah. I don't think that too much changes in bomb other than like they seem to spawn in their back base a lot easier. Like even when you're planting, they can pop up right there.
Yeah, I think it's also a weird thing because in Flag you're never in their base. Right?
Yeah, I guess that's probably what I'm describing, right?
You grab that and you get it out, or you know
You're in
you
and
wrap
out.
around,
Yeah,
and then you're flying out. I think that's why, because like I agree, it definitely feels like it's for me it's like the two things happen. It's either I know they're not in the base because I have a guy here,
yeah. Right.
and then I have a guy util, but the issue is then usually I have somebody dead and they can wrap top mid,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm here with bomb and then I'm just having to plant and hope that nobody does the jump up and hope that they don't like spawn back here or something.
I mean, hopefully your util guy is watching for a jump up because he can't really do too much of anything else, like you said.
Yeah.
But always a possibility that he got distracted and had to back down, whatever.
Yeah, I mean if he's doing like P2 or P1 or something.
Yeah. So I guess question there: would you rather an extra teammate in the back of their base or an extra teammate top mid?
I think back of the base is what do they call it in this game? Scamming, not inting.
Scamming?
Because yeah, if you're back here, right, you're doing one of two things. You're blocking spawns that are probably already blocked as long as like the ball isn't over here or something, or it's not like you are walking in and then they spawn, right? If you know they're not here, and you killed them, they're not gonna spawn here once you're standing here.
Right.
And so if you have a second guy here, like it's good because he can look at fridge door, right, and he can like nade it and stop that.
Like he doesn't have to stand there for very long. Like an arm's what, 5 seconds?
Yeah, an arm's only 5 seconds, so like by the time they sprint up and get in there, you're probably fine. And the important part is that the util guy, right, if it's like, oh, fridge door, he can just do this.
Yeah.
Because if they're already spawning up, they're not going to spawn util behind you by the time you arm at the end of the day. Or if you didn't get the arm by then, you probably aren't getting it anyway just because like you're getting slayed out.
Right, and honestly the util guy should probably be playing closer to the arm site for when you inevitably die to pick it up and finish the arm.
And so I think having like, so that's one, that's two, and then like in reality somebody just needs to be top mid.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're just sitting right here, watch fridge door, and then you're shooting P2, what you can't be is like, in my opinion, is being up here is where you're like throwing the game. You can also be P2, but it's a little bit more risky. Just because I think they can spawn like car side if we stress it too much. I think I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, but I would say P2 would also be good because like the thing is, in bomb, if in flag, right? If you get a flag out and you're looking for your OEs, you're looking P2 and then you're looking your fridge door and that's about it. You have to look all the way back. In ball, you're never gonna look like P1. Like if they're wrapping to do this jump up, they lost the arm already.
Right.
9 times out of 10. Like yes, I guess they could technically get an angle, but that's a long run.
And they're probably gonna be
Later
fighting
on.
someone as soon as they jump up, anyways.
Yeah. So like standing on that side of top mid, on my car side of top mid, and just like shooting fridge door and being ready for this, and then being ready for this battle, is like especially if you're the last spawner up, is like I feel like your job. And it's something that I don't do because right in my head I'm like util control,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be more useful if I'm over here, but I'm actually not in bomb, in my opinion.
Yeah. So you are, an effective Slayer, and so if we have the choice, putting you in util is probably our worst option. Put you somewhere where you can actually get some sight lines, and
Yeah, probably.
put anybody else in util. Not that we're ever gonna have that sort of.
If we have that luxury, we're
Coordination.
going to win the game anyway.
we're already rolling them, but
Yeah.
Just
But yeah, I agree. And then
general
and that's
thing.
kind of why I've like, right. I found myself just not being useful.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why, in my opinion, I'm like, I think I'm fundamentally playing bomb wrong for this map. I think I'm playing a little bit better for Fortress, even though I still don't think I have it for Fortress for sure.
I mean, maybe what the takeaway there is if you find yourself in util, like, call the nearest teammate to take your place.
Yeah.
Right, because you might be better served elsewhere.
I think the other thing, and this is bomb in general, that I know we're like pretty bad at, is like moving the bomb up,
Oh yeah, for sure.
right? Like, especially if you're last up, you could have a plan of, okay, I'm gonna get util control, and this is again something where I think I'm getting util control and then I can't move the bomb. It's like, if you're last up, like, it should be your job to like, hey, I'm just gonna move it up. You don't have to take it into the base. And I'm still not sure if it's better to hold it and run or juggle. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, well,
I
I
think
mean,
I think it's situational, but
it is, and I don't know what the situations are.
but like that is something that, I mean, that's the objective efficiency, right? Because even less so of like, we're not getting arms. It's if we're constantly having bomb on their side of the map, pressuring them, making them move it, doing that, or if they get us 3 dead by the time they move it, okay, they're now in our util rather than they're in our plat. Like that's just huge by itself.
Uh-huh.
And and this can also happen on Fortress, where I'll find like we have 2 guys here, we have a guy here, and we have a guy here, and the bomb is right there.
Right.
And like unless somebody is pulling it right now, which can happen, and then that's fine. Now we're suddenly in their base, and if we don't have bomb, then they have a fast rotate to just go get bomb.
All right, so then either or, I guess, on this. You've got a guy top mid and 3 up. Do you keep holding top mid, or do you move that mid guy to move bomb? Because he's standing right on top of it.
I guess if you have 3 up and you have a guy top mid, where are the other 3? Like we have util and then maybe one in their base. Like where's the third guy?
Sure. Let's say it's our typical setup there, but without the armor. Because the armor.
Well,
armor's
sorry.
dead.
What I'm saying is like, where is that third guy gonna be where he couldn't grab the ball for the guy top mid, right? My God.
Just got killed. I don't know. He's on respawn. Do you
I mean,
only want to
yeah,
move
then
bomb
yes.
when we've got 4 guys up? Is that what you're saying?
No. But like then yes, the guy top mid can drop it, right? Because then the guy who died the respawner, his job is to get top mid.
Yeah.
Right. This should be the back guy of whatever. So whether that's the back guy because he's already there, and then somebody else is like right there, then they should move it.
Right.
But the top mid should always be like the last up, but just can't be like nobody.
Yeah.
Like we inevitably need somebody top mid. So
Yeah.
yes, I would say if in a normal situation, if we have a guy in our base, then we have a guy in util, then if we haven't moved bomb yet, then his job should be to, hey, I'm gonna juggle bomb up here, and then I'm gonna curb slide and juggle bomb into here, and then we
Mhm.
have to slay again, and then probably be able to arm. And then, you know, by the time that guy is up, then he's either the back of our base or flying up P2 or flying up, you know, car 3 or something and fighting this angle.
Right. Makes sense.
Up on. See if I can hit this. I've been trying to work on.
Didn't look like much.
Nades. Rank settings. Camo's not up instantly. Heat waves up.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's nothing to really fight for. It's just like getting control.
Oh yeah. What do you open with? You do this
All right, so
table slide?
Yeah. My open is I've been doing. Yep, exactly that.
Yeah.
I've been doing. And then trying to curb slide out here and challenge this.
Yeah. I feel like
But-
I've done the same thing, and you catch people clambering on that a lot.
Yeah, so you do catch people clambering, but and it has worked for me before, but I think I'm gonna change it up because what's been happening to me every time since is I curb slide, don't see anybody, and then I get double teamed.
Yeah.
It's happened like 3 Aquariuses in a row, and I think it's just like I'm not sure about it, cause like I don't know, I hate jumping up here, like I hate doing this.
Yeah, I
know,
stopped
man.
doing that because I kept like eating grenades. It was just like,
Yeah, I would just die and not do anything.
yeah.
So and like the other option is that I hard challenge into car 2, which is fine. But my only concern is that no matter what, right, I'm taking a, you know, 2-way engagement. And I can't,
Nobody's
like,
gonna help
even-
you.
Yeah, and even with a good, you know, curve slide, I only get out to here, and then I'm like looking at both sidelines.
Yeah.
So I could, you know, do the same thing P1, and it's usually, I mean, very few people do that, so it's probably less risky to do it P side. Right, if I do this.
To be
hug the
honest,
wall close.
like I never know which side I'm on when I spawn. Like if if I'm about to slide car P.
I purposely just put it in my brain to figure it out. It's like yellow slide I'm going right, blue slide I'm going left.
Huh. Yeah. I mean,
Which I mean, you just have to memorize that.
Right,
remember.
if
But
if I ever
I
put
used
any
to do
thought
the
into
same
it.
I used to do the same thing, and then I was like, I just gotta learn, so I'm not going to pee.
Yeah.
What I used to do is this. So I do. Right, I get up, hit my head, and then grenade, and then go up here into this, grab these, and then fight. Which is fine.
Seems
It's
super useful for camo support.
It's generally worked. Like it's generally worked pretty well, but I got bored of doing it, and then I also felt like I just died more because it was like I got a nade twice, and then I get stickies, and then I sticky that, and usually that's like a perfect opening, and then I can fight whoever is fridge.
Yeah.
But then I find myself dying a lot, so I don't have a great opener for Aquarius.
Yeah, I don't either.
And we don't need an amazing opener as long as we're not dying, just because there's no power weapons at the beginning of the map. So
I thought camo was there off the rip.
is it? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It might be. Cause that's my okay. It probably is then. I can't remember. Cause like that's my other thing about this one is it really sells out camo really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
It's
you're
like,
thinking
I
of
can't-
live fire.
Probably yeah. I can't do anything from this.
Yeah. Basically, like my only hope when I hit that is that I'll catch someone clambering, and that supports the camo push that is happening somewhere else, right? Like somebody else has to be going for camo in order for my play to be useful. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best
Because
opener.
like we need somebody to grab the BR and then challenge this way.
I think that should be like a rule. Whoever picks up the BR just sit on
Has to
base here.
challenge this. Yeah.
This
'Cause
or connector.
I think if we challenge this, okay, I know how this works now. Like, this opener could work. We need one guy to do the P2 push, and he just has to be good at this slide, and then be ready for like, right? You
The
nade bounce off
inevitable
to here,
grenade, yeah.
and then you either slide into it to cut off the base angle, or you have to go straight up into like this angle and fight right here. And be ready to either fight the clamber or you have to fight in their base, one of the other two. Because if you just like chill here, right, you're gonna die. Because you're gonna be looking there, and then this guy's gonna be
Does this guy
around.
benefit if you've got a teammate on a jump up right next to you there? Yeah, right there.
Well, I think that's who we sent. Like,
Like two guys to the P side is what I'm saying.
it could, because then you know, you have the same fight, right?
Mhm.
And then you just mirror each other. The question is whether we want to make a util side push or not, because you know my opener, for example, could work under one condition, and that condition is that we have a guy who does this,
Mhm.
and then fights.
And one guy
Just
still
from
on
the-
flag, you mean?
Yeah, and then one guy's still on flag with BR, and the guy in BR can like sit there, and then he can move up, and he can move up P slide slowly, for example.
Yeah.
Because this means that I could either fight this, or I could focus on this, wrap around, fight, jump up, get up for camo.
Yeah.
I think two people working car is the only way that can work. But I don't know if like we either weak side one with a guy in base, or we do a 2-2 split, and you know the guy in the base jumps out to go jump up.
I kind of like the 2P push, and then the guy on flag, and I don't know where the fourth guy goes.
The fourth guy I think then just has to go util,
Yeah.
like just has to go here, and he's playing a really weak side, so he just fights this, and then if he sees nothing, he can curb slide out. Get car 2, get here, and then chill right here.
Right.
Because he doesn't need to be car 3 because he's probably, there's probably multiple people there. If you just take car 2, then you get like a table and everything. It really depends on what people do. Because like I don't remember what you do. Although I know
Well,
you change your
none
car
of
base up.
yeah, none of the four things that we just said are what I do. So this is a discussion about me changing what I do when we've got a full team, which I'm happy to do.
Yeah.
I'm not super satisfied with what I've been doing off of Aquarius, anyways.
No, there's only a couple openers that I really like. Most of mine I just don't like at all. I just do them because it's what I'm used to. I just think a good like making our opener, actually talking about our openers and then making sure that we're doing them consistently just means that like the first life, I don't know, it feels like there's a lot of games where we go like 4 dead, no power weapons. Alright everybody.
All right. Well, let's just try this opener and give it a couple of reps and see how it pans out.
Yeah.
Because it logically makes sense to me, and hell, I'll try anything at this point.
Yeah. Which one are you, who were you gonna be?
Probably. I could probably do either of the P sides. I've definitely just stood on flag with BR before. That one's not particularly difficult.
That is the easiest.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, like you and I could do the P side if you want.
Yeah. Sure. Like I can do the mid P and you can do the fridge P.
Plasma grenade
Yeah.
obtained.
So I think for you, right, is holy shit, that was a good slide.
Yeah, that in reverse.
I think you do this. You need to predate while you clamber, either that or that, one of the two.
Yeah. Right.
Doesn't matter which, as long as you do one consistently would be better than 0. If you prenade that, like that, right? I'm prenating right here, and then I'm flying in. so realistically that guy's gonna die earlier if you pre-nade. And then, you know, you're jumping up, you pre-nade, and then you're ready to fight this angle, and you just go into here, I think.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to go out, because you're gonna die from their base. So if you just go into here, then you can fight either this guy or this guy while I'm fighting them right there.
I feel like I'm inclined to pre-nade the right jump up rather than the left, just on the basis of further away from you, less chance of team damage.
Yeah, I mean that's fine too.
Like,
As long I think either is effective because you're gonna mark off one. If you do nade right here, right? Is there frags on this map? I can't remember. I don't think there are.
Can't think of any off the top of my head.
Okay, right. If you nade this, if you go nade,
Mm-hmm.
and what you're trying to do is you're trying to bounce it off of
Yeah.
this, so it bounces right here. You're never gonna hit me.
Right, you're just not able to get there fast enough.
Yeah, and because even if I do, right, I'm sliding out here, and you're nading right there, so I'm safe.
Yep.
So we like theoretically, yeah, it should be safe, but also nading either or is good, so it doesn't really matter.
And then the other two guys are kind of playing slow.
Yeah, we gotta play slow car there, and then have a guy base, or we could fully split the map and they play fast on car as well. Because right, the intent of the opener is either you know strong side one side and try to get kills and control, or you just take, you know, a 2v2 battle and just see how it goes. And like right, if we take 2v4 here, okay, well they get free reign over there, whatever.
Right. Yeah, I mean I think that's almost like the next level of it. I want to start with the basics here. See how far we can get with that.
Yeah. Alright, I think you and I can do that, Pete. Because I think even if we just coordinate our opening strats for each map, it'd be better too.
Yeah, it almost doesn't matter if the rest of the team follows along.
Live fire? I don't know, live fire oddball is like... It's just live fire.
You think we're pretty good at live fire?
I think there's just not really like any... I'm trying to think of any kind of setup that I can do, and there's not really any.
Tower hold,
Right.
A hold, B hold. That's
Yeah,
kinda
like
it.
you have holds, oddball. I mean, one big thing that we have is just like objective efficiency, but I don't know how to like, I don't know how to talk about that to make it better. Mainly because I don't know. I'm the blind leading the blind. I am good
Yeah.
at the game, but I am not that good at the game.
Yeah, right.
Especially in terms of objective efficiency. Like you talk to me about spawns a little bit more, and I can get a little bit more like, or kind of where we should be playing the map. I have a little bit more of an idea. But I don't know. Cause like, I think live fire we do find is a weird spot,
Slay them all,
right?
Spartan.
We hold tower when we have tower. We hold out in A court when we have it, and then we generally hold nest or back B when we we just go where the ball is
Yeah.
and where we think they're spawning and not spawning. And then sometimes we're wrong, sometimes we're right. So, oops.
Active camo. Inbound.
It's kind of whatever.
Right.
Opening, I think an important thing for
Active
live fire is
camo.
A, having the objective efficiency, but then B, also like, and this is kind of applicable to recharge too. Let's say we're on B, right, and we're playing it. If there's no hope, right, there's two options when you play it. There's play, and then you fight, and you try to like get slays or something like that because you're trying to keep the setup. Or there's play, and you are milking time.
Yeah.
And I am bad at calling this. But
Right.
I think the way that it should go is that if you are even in numbers, or the fight is, you know, even or somewhat even, kind of can be advantageous, you should drop the ball, fight, or play it and fight, right? And try to do damage. If we are 2-3 down and you are fucked and there's nothing you're gonna do about it, like, right, think like the best play possible is that you like trade, I guess. And a trade there, while is good, does it really do anything? And the answer is not particularly. Like it puts them on respawn, but that's it.
But you're on respawn anyways, so.
You're on respawn anyway, and the best thing to do is to make them commit more heavily to making you play ball, right? Because if
Right.
you play ball really fast to get that, fight advantage, and then they're kind of like, well, yeah, we'll shoot you, but like, also we don't really give a shit if you're back here with alive, because like you're not near ball, you're not gonna do anything because of the play.
Available.
So the play was kind of useless.
Yep.
Whereas if you're like really milking them, and then they have to commit 3-4 or 2-3 to kill you over here, and then they're all stuck back here. Now we have better spawns, and that's like something huge for recharge. On when you have a like back hider hold, is like making them forced to go back hider and silo and stuff like that, and then you just open up gold spawns, and then you just spawn there, and you can look at ball immediately.
Yeah.
Because right, if we're ready to play it, then it's like, all right, we should be tower, we should be A, we should be looking bottom mid and being ready to fight for this, so they don't get easy control of the ball.
Mhm.
Or best case scenario, we can just like instantly grab ball and then we have control, even though we just gave up control by playing it. So I think that's something to keep a little bit more of an eye on for recharge, or not recharge, for both oddball maps.
Yeah. Yeah, that tracks. What do you do on this map for an opener?
I'll show you. Okay.
Start me on this side.
See, I grab this, and then I go pillars and fight. I'm gonna stop grabbing that because I don't ever fucking use it.
It's pretty kind of useless in my
then-
opinion.
There's so many highlights that I've seen that make it look really good that I just can't do. And so
Yep.
I think, I don't know. I still like the pillars play, right? There's pillars to bottom mid. Then there's pillars to like moving up to get concrete and white wall, and then fight bags really close.
Mhm.
But it's kind of a crapshoot of like, how do you guys go B, and do I get fucked by getting shot 3 times? And I'm like, all right, great, let me go bottom mid or something.
Right. Yeah, I actually I know your opener for the other side, and like you'll usually be bottom mid through, or rat tunnel through bottom mid, or just to bottom mid, and then clean up my pillar damage. Because
Yeah,
I
that's
always
why I do
hit
that
big
one.
door off the rip here, and I mean if it's oddball, they like always send a guy through pillars.
Yeah, because I try to do this, I grab repulse, and then I play it a little bit slower right here. And I've changed now, where if I don't see anyone there immediately, then I play a little bit slower to fight this in case we have guys that backs down, and then I usually either rush at pillars if I know we have damage, or I go out to shoot these guys and wrap top mid.
Yes, it's just kind of funny to me that like your opening on one side is the guy that you're killing on the other.
Yeah, I mean that's why I did it.
Yeah.
Because you go big door.
I go big door
Shoot.
pretty much always.
Do you just chill here, or do you try to get out?
Not usually. Like it kind of depends on what I see. If I see 3 guys here, I am not moving. I'm just like trying
Yeah,
to
I mean, that makes
trying to do
sense.
damage. But if it's one guy and I've got first shot on him, I will push him. And that's actually sometimes bit me because there was one guy who wasn't holding his controller when the game started, and he's like 2 seconds behind, and I didn't see him until I was exposed.
It's also hard to see, because like you can barely see the guy pillars, and then sometimes they can get out. And
Yeah.
you don't notice that.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then
And our bottom mid is, yeah, I don't remember what you do on the other side.
I jump up tower and just overlook sniper. So
Do we normally get sniper?
no, but usually we'll get a kill out of it because somebody, actually it's probably you again. Somebody will look at bottom mid and clean up the damage that I did on the guy grabbing sniper. Usually it's less about sniper and more about like killing.
No.
The guy
I
who's
think
going for
I
it.
think the top tower play is fine.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. I'm just trying to think of like because like I sometimes see somebody else going B with me sometimes, occasionally, like somebody will go like nest or something, which is great. I'm just trying to think of like where's our fourth, right? Because if I'm going pillars, I basically need somebody going nest or like bridge or out, out mud and then fighting bags here. Because otherwise I'm gonna die.
I generally don't see so many people on B. I more see like a sniper push or like a bottom mid push from the tower side, like from the dummy side.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
So like
I was
you
trying to
going
think-
B is always going to be risky unless you've got a like a verbal confirmation that someone's coming with you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think I need somebody to do that. I don't think it needs to be you because I think your opening strat is good. I just either need to like once we talk to the other guys, it's like I either need to change my strat so that it's less risky. Like I could just go nest bridge, like I can go nest here and I'm chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fighting, and then I could just back out or something like that.
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah, I learned how to do that with my paddle because I was so annoyed at not hitting it for so long.
Yeah.
But where does our fourth guy go? Like when somebody's helping you, where are they going? Is my question.
So it's either like everybody will run up the elbow ramp, and then
Yeah.
where they go from there is either directly at snipe, or they'll deviate to the left and go either like dummy door looking at bottom mid because there's probably someone pushing bottom mid.
Yeah, that's usually pretty common.
Yeah, and then like rarely I'll see someone push cuts, but it does happen. But basically, like if I'm sitting in tower, I'm kind of supporting just whatever this push is doing.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think if we do this, I think we need to have somebody push snipe.
Yeah.
Like I think going to cuts, going to silo, even looking bottom mid is kind of just like scamming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because of where you're at, right? If you're not there, then it's probably like if both of you are going out really fast out this way, it's probably okay. Or like one's going bottom mid, and the other is going out silo to look at small door, and then they're trying to look at key door and bags.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably better. I don't think that's necessarily a better play. I think that if we send two out there, we're just giving up snipe for free, rather than giving it out for 4 kills.
Right.
But I think, like, I think our opening strat on this side, if we send, me, pillars, somebody else goes nest bridge, if we send top mid and tower, I think that's pretty good. Or we do, like, I'm chilling on nest bridge, I'm just gonna hang out over here, not really do anything. And then we send one top mid, we send 2 top mid, one fights, one can go cuts, and then one's top tower.
Yeah, I feel like the cuts guy gets disconnected from his other teammates real quick, which is
Yeah,
I don't love it,
That's-
but
I also think it's a bad push. Like, so my opening used to be back when I competed, especially, was I would do this.
you just kind of end up by yourself over here.
I'd fly up here, and then it's either like either saw nothing because this guy already grabbed sniper and went bottom mid. I get shit on by tower. I'd be trying to help this guy, and he'd drop bottom mid. I couldn't kill him,
Yeah.
or I'd see nobody. So I stopped doing it
Yeah.
because it was like a bad play. And like bottom mid was basically the same version of the play, but in a better spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like whatever we're doing on the other side of the map has been working.
Yeah, I
you
agree.
bottom mid, me on big door, and then like other people are
I
going
think
to turbine.
I think the only thing that doesn't work about it is we just don't have snipe control. I don't know what we're pushing, but I just don't think we have snipe control.
I don't think we push anything at snipe.
Yeah, which I think is a mistake. Like, obviously, we have somebody here and they could just, shoot, get bags, help shoot white wall.
Yeah. I mean,
we
if,
don't need to
if
we don't need to commit to going to snipe. We just need somebody looking up here.
yeah, if I'm making this push, not saying that I should, but like if I'm the guy making this push, it will put my mind at ease to know that there's a dude on big door. I don't really want to be standing up here on bags with no cover on my
yeah,
left.
yeah. You definitely need some guy big door, or he needs to at least be like RM dark side.
Yeah.
I'm fighting pillars right now.
Yep.
Like that's fine too.
Because that's the only reason I don't do that in matchmaking is because
Yeah, me too.
I
Because
don't-
I'd go up here, I'd get pre-naded and be like, great, cool, and then I
Yeah.
instantly get cleaned up by a guy training.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that works.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. King of the Hill, I don't know, I think we play it pretty well in general. I think there's some times where we just let ourselves get on a spine cycle too much, and then we, even though we're not losing that hard, we just don't get any time on hill, and we give them, like, 3/4 of the hill for free.
Mm.
Oddball, I think, is really bad. Like, we just have really bad objective efficiency. Like, when we're trying to pick up time, scrap time, or, like, when we try to reset and then get time, we just, like, don't get it. We'll slay instead. And then
Yeah.
we'll go for another round of slays, and then we die on that. Assault, I don't know, dude. It's assault. And then strongholds. I think strongholds is really like either like we do really well, or we get into the cycle we were with the games with my friend Spectre, where it's like we're constantly rotating, but just for a single cap rather than rotating for a double cap.
Yeah, I mean, that game I was a little over my head. I was
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
struggling
I
to
know.
keep up.
I don't blame you at all. I'm just like, I think that's what we were doing. Is like we would rotate, get a single hill, and then be like, all right, let's fly out. But then rather than like, the issue is all 4 of us flew out. Whereas like if somebody just chilled and waited, then
Yep.
they could fight the guy on the new hill. Because like as soon as we flew out, it's just like the enemy team flew, and then they just kept having 2 hills the entire time.
I think that's ultimately my job in that particular game.
Yeah, in that game it is. But like even then, it could be it's whoever's spawned last, right? It's their
Yeah.
job, or whoever's the power position. We just all weren't doing it.
Yeah.
And then once we started doing it, we started getting points, and it was just too late.
Yep.
And then Slayer is fine. I do think it's funny. Watching you stream is so much different gameplay wise, because like I see everything versus just like theater where I feel like it's disconnected enough where I don't see it all.
Yeah.
I like it's gonna sound counterproductive because you are right that like the less pivs the better, right? If you're 2v1ing everything, you're gonna win more games.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like watching those streams back. The whole time I was like, grab just 1v1 them, just win it, and like that is hard and doesn't work. But I do wonder for like your gameplay too, if like how that would pan out.
Mm.
Because I have a feeling that it would pan out better than you think it would. I think it takes like an adjustment, obviously, and it's maybe not the best playstyle for you, and that's totally fine.
Well, I think that the what you're kind of touching on is I need to be adapting my playstyle to the lobby I'm in. That playstyle's definitely not going to work with you, Inspector.
No, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna lose
So
it,
it doesn't
but-
work for me when I play with Spectre.
Yeah. It honestly, like it'll definitely work in a lot of these HRL matches.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's also like that was what I got from watching your games back. Cause I was like, it feels like you're playing. It's interesting because you're playing very confident in your team, which is good. You were playing too confident with the team. Like you were leaving stuff that you shouldn't have left. It worked out, and generally we did clean it up, which is good. And it's good that you know that, and you're like, yep, bro's got that, or Q's got that, and then they die. But there were several times where I'm like, it felt risky to leave it when you could have just won it, and it's like that confidence. And then obviously if you're not feeling it, then don't play like that, or if you're in a lobby that's, above your head, that's gonna hurt you too.
Yeah.
But that was like the one thing that I was like damn, and that's why I was talking about like the amount of pips that you had while not playing as if you were confident was insane. Like that Street Slayer game.
Well, I think they
Not
just
even
ran
necessarily-
at us, right? Like, I don't even know
They
if that was
did.
me. That was more them, and I just like I had to fight them.
They did force you to fight, but it was like even less of like you winning a lot of A1v1s. You were just in the right spot several times in a row. And there were specifically 3 instances in that game where I was like, holy shit, Grab just won us the game. Like if you weren't there, you didn't get those kills, we probably still win, but the game would be way harder.
Yeah.
And that's why I called it out, because I was like, I was like astounded because for me it was like the game felt kind of easy and I was running around, not really doing much. Um, and then I was like, we just kind of like won it, but I never felt like anything major happened. And I like you're just kind of like, oh, that's why. I
Yeah.
found the reason.
I don't really remember the game that much, but maybe I'll give it another watch and see what the hell you're talking about.
There was one in particular where you were laundry and you got a double kill on camo
Hmm.
as they were getting camo, and like that's the main one that stuck to me. That was huge. Not even just like the fact that you won it, because like that was good and kind of lucky, but just the fact that you were where you were and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right, man.
I don't think
I think we've kind of got a gist of this.
Yeah.
Mostly on the same page at least. Maybe we'll try it out. I honestly I'm pretty beat, so I don't think tonight, but maybe later this week before match time.
Yeah. Oh, I might be on Wednesday.